Let's do one more thing, which is one very common thing in the project when you're working on projects, when it started, when it worked. So let's find out the number of working days that are there in a particular time frame. So for this, I have taken example of NSC holidays, which is easily available public data. I have downloaded it. You can also download, and you can have your own data running, the start date and end date. You can find how many days in a year that you are going to work. You can find this entire thing. So I'll show you two functions, one which is 2007, one which is new. You might not have in 2007. Since I have not worked on the updated version of 7, so I'll not be able to come, but it was not there when I was working into it. So first thing is network days, INTL. The next function is not working. So we'll start with network days. Now what does network days do? It will take the start date and the end date, and by default, Saturday and Sunday are holidays in this. You do not have an option to choose your holidays. The Saturdays and Sundays are automatically counted as holidays in network days. This function is there in 2007. The remaining .intl is an updated version. You might find it in 13 and 16 or 365. So what is the start date? I want to find how many days the stock market will work in India, because stock market closes on Saturdays and Sundays. So I can easily utilize this function. And why I'm taking the calendar year from 1st January to 31st, because the holidays are updated for 1st to 31st only. M3, start date, end date would be this, comma, the number of holidays. So here is the list of holidays. You can select all the holidays and hit enter. It says the markets will work for 250 days this calendar year, taking the start and the end date into picture. Now, the next part, equal to network days.intel. You can check if you have this function. If you do not have this function, then though will not be able to walk across. So, but you should know this function if you have it, because this function allows you to have flexible weekends. You can decide on your own weekends. Like we are closed on Friday, Saturday, Sunday is working for us. So if you want to know how many days we'll work in this financial year, we as an RVM will work. So since Saturday, Sunday we are working, so it is a working day for us. So we need a Friday as the optional off. So we'll pick up the start date, comma, the end date, comma, it will give you a list of weekends. What is your weekend? You can select one day or a combination of days as weekend. So we'll say Friday only and hit the tab key. You will get 16, or you can write manually 16. And then we'll have these holidays and hit enter. So we'll be working on 307 days. Now to get the real effect of this, less comparison cannot happen into what I have done in for stock market, because we are taking leave only on one day. Now, what if there is a company who wants to make a comparison following the same calendar year, but they are having holidays on Monday and Tuesday. So instead of Saturday, Sunday, they are having holidays on Monday and Tuesday, which is number 3, comma. So they will be working 6 more days when compared to National Stock Exchange. So coming back to this again, you can decide on your number of days on holiday, and you can also decide when the project is going to work upon. The important thing that you need to remember into this is that networkdays.intl might not be available in some places, but 1316 they have it, 365 already has it. But if you're using 7 and if you do not find, don't get worried. You can use this function network days. And when you're using this network days, the by default Saturday, Sundays are taken as holidays. So that finishes up our dates function. So we're left with this and the pivots. Okay. So we are currently at 3:34. Let's take a 10 minutes break and come back. So we are at 34. Let's take it 35. 3:45. We'll catch back again and we'll start with our lookup functions. Right, everyone?
Yes.
Right, yeah. Thanks, Ashra. I'll just put myself on mute and we'll catch up at 3:45.
Sure, sir. Sure.